So at the end of all, what is maybe how you will determine that the change was successful or not. If the change is not sustained, if it is maybe it was there and then it went away, then maybe I would not say I would not say it was a failure, but it would be good that if we go through all the things which we have been discussing in all the chapters and the other recordings posted on RVLE, it would be good to see that whatever change we implemented, that is sustained, that keeps momentum. So in this chapter they are looking at managing, reviewing and sustaining change, very important topic. I want to pay attention to. So is the chosen interventions, your strategies, they have the desired effect. Your intervention might be very good, the model might be very good, but it is not giving you the effect, impact, the result which you wanted. Then the intervention, what is the good of that intervention if it is not giving you what you really desire, the reason for which you implemented it? If that reason is not fulfilled, then maybe something was overlooked. Maybe there is something which needs to be tweaked or something. But still, I would not call it as a failure, because in life and in change, it is yes, I was saying that if you are looking at failure as failure, then of course it has different impact. But if you are looking at failure as a learning curve, as something which you would want to learn from and not repeat your mistake, and maybe tell other people that don't do it, you tried this and it did not work, maybe then it is not a failure, because you learn from this. Yeah. On the other hand, if you got some change implemented and you are very boisterous about that and you lost your humility and you said that I know all and I am the expert in the field, then what is the point of that success? Because it is very likely that sooner or later your arrogance will put you in a trap where you would not have planned so much for the change, and some new thing will come from the change, and because you are in your own, in your own zone, you overlooked it, or maybe your team overlooked it because your team was depending on you and you had your own ideas about yourself. Yes, so both way it can be. Yeah, so think about that. This is very interesting. Are interventions being implemented as intended? So nothing new in this, but still worth going over some things. Look at this highlighted section. Lack of commitment and motivation on the part of those resources to ensure that the change initiative gets the attention it requires. So you know these things. The importance of having sufficient resources and all of that, but still, important to think about it. Are interventions producing the desired effects? I highlighted this a while ago. There is a very good example going forward in these sections. Very good example. So please read the following section. Are intervention producing the desired results? Very nicely they have given an example and explained it. If you have time, when you have time, you can go through the example also. Is the change plan still valid? Yeah, so it might be the case. Well, let's look at this. Let's look at this. There may be occasions when the interventions have been implemented as intended and they have produced the desired effect. However, this chain of events may have had little or no impact on overall organizational performance. In other words, your strategy might have worked this time, but maybe the desired result which you had was because of some other events happening in the organization. Or you can think in this way that this time you did it like this, and then you say this is your formula, this is your recipe for success, and you are going to do same if you encounter similar situation next time. Be careful about that, because always good to re-reflect, relearn, rethink. Yeah, this is what I was telling you earlier in the last chapter today. Like whatever opinion you agree with what you are saying, but I will think about it, and then you think about it, and then you. So same way you are. If someone was you are successful in some way last time with using some model or strategy, theory, whatever it is, don't just re-implement it next time without thinking. Take a moment, even if it is few minutes. Just take a moment. There is power in thinking, in being in the moment and reflecting and just thinking about something. uh, uh, and when you are thinking about it, you are just thinking about it, not other things, like being in the moment. Like if you can stop thinking about other things and come to what I am saying and pay full attention and just focus on what is happening in the session, and don't worry about other things which are happening in your environment or other thoughts which are some books call it power of now and so on. Yeah, some philosophical angle. So think about that. This is very important, and you must have seen it in other 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 courses, but I want to revisit it for you. The balanced scorecard. The balanced scorecard. Please Google this term, learn about it. This is a very interesting and important performance measurement tool. Performance measurement tool. And and sometimes we overcomplicate it, and but it is very simple tool, and it this is what essentially it is. There are what they are saying, that if you want to measure performance, you want to look at it from four key performance indicators, KPIs, or from four dimensions, or you want to look at four different headings. What are those headings? Financial wise, what is happening? Customer wise, what is happening? Customer wise, customer is happy, customer is satisfied, customer needs are met, and so on. Internal business processes, all the things happening in various areas within the business. How are those processes? What are some loopholes? How they can be improved? We spoke about in earlier sessions about University of the West Indies, and we said that you as a student are dealing with various processes. This class is just one process, but you have to go through many other things. You have to register, you have to pay fees, you have to do various things. All those different processes. So internal business processes, the better they are, the better the performance measurement would be. And then innovation and learning, how you are coming up with new idea development, how you are looking at failure, are you learning from failures, how are you learning? And please please think about the things I said in the last chapter about learning, that if you will keep on holding your point of views very tightly, and anytime when someone give you an opposing point of view, you will just discard it without thinking, without making a promise that yes, I will think about it, and then make your point of view. Either you will improve your point of view or you will go back. but at least you will think. So that is what learning is. But there are many different dimensions of learning. So that is what it. Let's look at the picture very quickly. This is what it is. Yeah, balanced scorecard, 4 areas: finance, customer, learning and growth, internal business strategy. If you can look at these 4 dimensions and they are aligned with the vision and strategy of the organization, then maybe you can find out in which areas you want to maybe work hard or which areas you want to improve and so on. This is very important tool. Try to use it in your various assignments and stuff like that. Whenever you are doing some assignment, if you can incorporate some type of models, and you have read so many models in this course at least, if you can somehow make the linkages and you can demonstrate some pictures and some models, I can tell you that your score is just going to fly rocket from there. All right, but don't just use it for the sake of it. If you understand it and it makes sense and it is applicable, then use it. Sustaining the change, sustaining the change, sustaining the change. You have to sustain. Like New Year resolution on the 1st of January, May, wonderful resolution. I'm talking about myself, not you guys. New Year comes, I want to make some drastic changes in my life. I want to do this, and then then you know what happens after that. Yeah, sustaining the change. So it is one. It is just like you like food at some place and you went there and you enjoyed it, but you said I will come back, and then when you come back, the food don't taste the same. It don't taste as good. Uh, and then you say maybe you liked it first time very much, and then you will say, all right, let me give them one more chance, and you go again, and now it tastes totally different. So what is that? Is that place reliable? Is that place trustworthy? It's not reliable, it's not trustworthy, you don't trust it. Sometimes the food is very good and sometimes it is not. They are not being able to sustain the performance. Yeah, if you, so sustaining is very important. um, Generally speaking, you have to sustain and maintain. Only then you can you can you can, if you can do it over and over again, you can demonstrate success. Then you are real success. Otherwise, that is why Honorable Bolt is what he is, because he was able to sustain it. He did it not once, he did it multiple times, one after another. So then he made his credibility. uh, so that is what you, every time in the change situation, when you are encountering, even if you are successful last time, you want to have a childlike behavior, that maybe I should relook it. Maybe I should innovate. Maybe should implement this and that. Where did I not do 100% last time? That type of uh, continuous improvement, the that desire of continuous improvement, that you want to maybe keep in sustaining the change. Yeah, or sustaining your performance, in other words. That, let me look some things from the from look at this. The goal of the change normally involves more than just reaching a desired future state. The goal of change normally involves more than just reaching a desired future state. For a while. Yeah, at least for a while. Even if maybe you cannot sustain it for the rest of your life, but at least for a while you try to sustain it, if it is possible. There is Affect relationship, the service profit chain. There is a diagram, figure 18.4. Look into that. Figure 18.2, sorry. And then there is a then of course look at the summary section. One thing I would want to maybe quickly highlight for you in the summary: adjust and adapt the plan for change to help ensure that the organization moves towards a more desirable future state. So in this book, when you will read, they are they are not saying that maybe when you will implement the change, everything thing will be perfect and beautiful and whatever. They are just saying that go step by step, maybe incremental change. You are reading about that also in one of the chapters. It's you are bringing it to more desirable future state, and then more desirable, and then more desirable, and then more desirable, and over a period of time you will make it maybe perfect. But if you take a very big jump from the day one, just like I gave you example of the resolutions of 1st January or 31st of December, if you make very big jump, I'm not saying that is not possible. Some people are able to do that, but then it can backfire also, because the jump is very big and you are not prepared for the jump. Then it might be the case that you just give up on the process. So the essential idea is to stay on the wicket and try to improve the situation over a period of time, maybe slowly and uh, gradually. This is how you will manage, review, and maybe hopefully will be able to sustain the change.